esteemed board members, educators, students, members of the public, thank you for the opportunity to comment. My name is Jeff Shipley, State Representative, District 82. I'm here to update the board on a very grave concern about school district policy that we're beginning to see in Iowa. Had a lot of other acknowledgments I wanted to make, but in the interest of time, I will just get right through it. The urgent concern that I think it would benefit this board and this community to address is school districts in Iowa, as a matter of policy, are deliberately concealing information from parents as it relates to their children's health and well-being. The policy that we've seen about a month ago now in Linn-Mar School District says that once a student is in 7th grade, that the student, and solely the student, would be completely in charge of their, quote, gender plan, which would dictate the terms of their accommodations. Policy of the school district is to keep all of this secret from parents unless first given permission from the 7th grade student. So I hope people will recognize this is a lot more power and responsibility than 7th graders have previously enjoyed. A lot of parents have commented, and I think probably correctly so, that students who are not old enough to consent to having sex similarly would not be old enough to consent to changing their sex. The notion of concealing information or excluding parents on some sensitive issues has been seen as a very bright red line, so to speak, that has generated a lot of concern, mistrust, apprehension across the entire state. From what's been reported to me, this district decision to go in this direction has completely ripped the community apart, has left many parents desperate for other options. Linn-Mar is basing this policy in Iowa Code 216, and their interpretation is far broader than what's actually in code, but if there's any validity to their interpretation, this wouldn't necessarily affect every school district, public and non-public in the state. So it's very important that we discuss this and make sure everyone's aware of what's actually being talked about. To wrap up, the kind of two shortcomings that I thought were very glaring to me when examining this policy is I don't understand how it could ever be considered healthy to have a student being one persona or identity at school and then a totally separate identity or persona at home. I would think it's healthiest that the person's the same person throughout the entire day in their lives. And then also, this has been said to support mental health of students, that these kids need this as mental health support. Nowhere in this policy does it ever mention a mental health evaluation at all. It's solely the student's discretion. So that is a pretty red flag that has people very concerned. The rhetoric has gotten very charged. Just wrapping up, but I think this is very important for the board to hear. People are accusing this as what they're calling grooming behavior. I've used the term, and I specifically, when I'm using it, references anyone who would conceal information or create a barrier between the parents and the kid. And a lot of people who do investigate sex abuse crimes will say that is grooming 101. So what I would ask for the board is to just simply make it very clear, 100% of the time, it's the intention of this community to include parents in the decisions no matter what. And I think that'll benefit and create a lot more harmony and sow the seeds of trust and cooperation. So those are my comments. Thank you very much.
Thank you.